Legend's build is shaping up to be exactly what its name suggests, legendary, but not without a little drama. When we were here last time, it became pretty clear the team was behind. In fact, there was real concern. This could be the first Northern Tool build team to miss the finish line. One student even said it best: we need to get our poop in a group. Well, I guess somebody listened, because when we showed up today, we saw real progress. Real progress. Now let's be clear, we were glad to see progress, but they're still behind. And if you've been following these builds, you've seen this movie before. Early on, it feels like there's all the time in the world. Then the holidays pass, and right about now, just before spring break, reality hits hard. LaVergne is no different. Yes, they've made strides, but make no mistake, the clock is starting to win. And this year, the build is even tougher. The 2025 Harley-Davidson Nightster comes with electronics that are, well, let's just say, not for beginners. Even Billy's been scratching his head trying to sort it out. Our guy, Jeff Zielinski from NAMS, was supposed to be here today to help crack the code, but Mother Nature had other plans, and his flight got canceled. Which means the team has just lost more time. And speaking of time, spring break's coming up. That's another full week off the clock. So between now and the end of the month, getting Jeff on site is critical. This isn't TV drama. This is real. But let's give credit where credit's due, because this team did hustle. Since our last visit, they knocked out the Swingarm, the fuel tank templates, seat brackets, foot pegs, and got the radiator installed. That's a solid list. Now, some of it still needs refinement. Bushings, brackets, adjustments, but they're moving. And today, they got a boost. Flat track legend Chris Carr joined Billy at the school, and that changed the tone immediately. They walked through the rider position again.
Loosen up the top ones here, and let me roll this handlebar back a little bit so that I can have it closer to me. So we got to talk about left foot peg.
Okay.
Got a left foot peg.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just ride around with one foot peg, right?
Yeah.
Still not quite right, so back to work. They also tackled the tail section and finalized the gas tank template, which frankly is one of the toughest parts of this build. But Chris didn't just show up to help with the measurements and rider position. He reminded everyone what this build is actually chasing, because this bike isn't headed to a showroom. It's headed to the track. The Sons of Speed Nashville short track, and not just to sit there, to run, to take its first laps in front of a live crowd. When Chris started talking about that track, you could feel the shift. Steep banks, tight corners, no room for mistakes. The kind of track that rewards a dialed-in machine and exposes one that isn't. He said it straight. If we were still racing, he'd be drooling over the chance to run the bike there.
That's the type of track I told Billy that back in my day when I was racing, I would have been licking my chops on it, because it's my kind of track as a rider.
And that's when it hit. This isn't just about finishing a build anymore. It's about earning a place on that track. Because if this team doesn't get it right, there is no backup plan, no second chance, no, well, we'll finish it later. That Sons of Speed track doesn't wait. It runs on June 6th, and this bike either takes the lap or it doesn't. Billy and Chris wrap the day with a to-do list, and let's just say it's not short. Before we come back, this team needs to finalize the peg placement, cut and mount the new shock tabs, remove the factory shocks, rework the exhaust subframe, solve the battery placement, figure out the fuel sending unit, source the right battery, build out the rear brakes, solve the shift linkage, install sprocket and guard, finish welding the swing arm. And that's just the highlight reel. Billy said it best. We've got about 742 things left to do, but at least it's less than 1,000.
We only have like 742 things left to do. I think we're well under 1,000.
So yeah, this thing is tight. And the possibility of not finishing, gotta tell you, it's real. And I'm worried. I think Billy is too. But he's in the trenches with these students every week. And he believes in them. And we're not done yet. Next time we're here, we're bringing the dream team. And I mean the dream team. Bubba Boswell, Hammer from Hooligan Racing, eBay Jake, Detroit Randy, Dave Perowitz, and Barry Wardlaw. That's a who's who of the motorcycle world. And if this group, paired with this build team, can't get this bike fired up, well, then we've got a real problem. Because that Sons of Speed track is waiting. So grab yourself something to calm the nerves, maybe a little hot tea. Because next month, it's go time. And we're going to find out if this team can pull off something legendary. I'm Kyle Petty, and I'm proud to be a part of something legendary with these students.